Hello! Hello everyone! As you can hear, also Marley saying hello, my dog. My name is Yael. I'm a tour educator in Shorshim. I'm so excited to be here with you guys today. I know it's not easy times, but definitely it's the best time to be together because we're just better together. So about me a little bit, I've been part of Shorshim family for the last 3 years. Marley, say hi. Say hi. Hi, Marley. Let me show you Marley. So excited when I'm cooking. Hi. Hi, Marley. Okay. Back to cooking. So I've been tour educator in Shorshim for the last more than 3 years, I believe, and Shorshim became a huge part of me, of everything I call family. I've been leading 11 groups, 11 buses. I hope we have some participants here, and you're waving to me, so I'm waving. And a little bit of what we're trying to do here in Shorshim, those days when we have this social distance between us. We're trying to stick together, to help each other, to just use our time as best as possible. And I believe, as I telling all my groups, that our connections not stop when we are finishing our trip. The community that we're building is the real thing that hopefully will continue for the rest of our lives, and also in those moments where everything looks blur. It's been already, I think, about 13 days since I'm here at home, not leaving, only for the grocery store. I got you today some tomatoes and red peppers for Shakshuka. And I'm really, really happy that you're here with me. So I want to tell you that, as you can see, the comment section is for you, so you can tell me things, share any tips that you have, ask me questions, and definitely during my cooking I will answer your questions. So let's see if we have anything. No, only waving. So waving back. And what we're gonna make today is shakshuka. So what I have here, let's see. I have here onion. I already peeled it. I have here garlic, obviously, because garlic is life. Pepper, red pepper, and tomatoes. Don't worry, it's not the only one. As you see, I already prepared lots of tomatoes for you. By the way, if you don't have fresh tomatoes, you can use tomato from the cane. I prefer the Italian kind because they just the greatest people in the world, and they have great tomatoes in cans. So obviously shakshuka is all about celebrating tomatoes, so I prefer to use fresh tomatoes, but it's also possible to use the ones from the cane. So before I'm starting to chop, I want to tell you a little bit about what is shakshuka. Shakshuka is a stew made of tomatoes and other vegetables like I showed you. And it's actually a dish that comes from South Africa. And in the 50s, it got to the Israeli kitchen, the Israeli cuisine. And today, there's almost no Israeli that don't know and never tasted shakshuka. Everybody obviously do it their own way. And there's so many ways to do shakshuka. The original way and the Moroccan way, they're doing it with cumin, garlic, tomatoes, paprika, and that's it. But we're gonna add things a little bit, not too much. We'll stay close to the origins, but what is fun about Israeli cuisine is that you can really interpret it to your own way. By the way, sorry if my English is getting a little bit weird. I'm Israeli. English is not my native language, so you will forgive me. Knife. careful with the knife, but I sharpened it before, as I always do with vegetables. Let's see if I have any questions before I start. So tell me before I start, your English is great. Do not apologize. Thank you. Any of you ever made shakshuka? Let's see if you answer. So I will start with chopping the onion. I want to chop it pretty fine for cubes. So I'm going to show you my way. I'm making kind of 2 cuts on the side. Then this side. Careful. And this side. If you'll sharp your knife, you also will not get the tears from the onion, not as you will get usually. Also, I'm wearing eye contact, which is the best way to not get tears from onion, because it protects the eyes. So if you have eye contact, that's the best way. All right, so we have here onion. We'll put it on the side. Let's move on to the red pepper. I'll take a small knife and I will cut the head off. See, I'm just taking this out. And now I will just cut it from the side. I'm trying to cut it as possible from the sides. Oh, look at that. Surprise. And so about me a little bit. I'm also a tour educator in Shorshim, but I'm also a private tour guide. And the last few years, what I'm doing is basically I'm focusing on the culinary side of tourism in Israel and mostly in Jerusalem. I live in Nachlaot, which is a neighborhood really next to the market in Jerusalem. Everything is being closed now, so it's really sad. I miss the market, I miss the people of the market, but I have you, which is also great. So I really miss cooking with people, because I'm also doing cooking classes, but it's also a great way to share what I cook and what I know, and hopefully it will help you too. So what we're doing is basically like very basic recipe of shakshuka. And what is great about shakshuka, that you can make it your way. You can add to it things like eggplants and mushrooms and cheeses and really whatever you like. If you've been in Israel, you know that every coffee shop that you'll go, every restaurant, you will usually see shakshuka on the menu. Okay, so we have the red pepper. Let's chop our garlic. As you can see, I'm really protecting my fingers. I'm chopping this way. I'm holding the garlic because I don't want to get any cuts. My finger is a very important thing right now. All right, so I have some garlic. And last thing, I will show you how I'm cutting the tomatoes, although I cut most of them before, because it's, let's say, when you're using fresh tomatoes, that's the thing that takes you the longest to cut them. So what I will do, I will cut them this way. The reason why I'm chopping it pretty fine, not too much, it's because I want all the flavor that the onion and all the rest will fry it pretty fast and caramelized. You know, in onions, in peppers, tomatoes, of course, we also have sugar. And specifically about tomatoes and about onion and pepper is that we want to get like this caramelized flavor. So you can make shakshuka in, let's say, 20 minutes, and you can make shakshuka for an hour. As long as you give it more time to cook, I believe it will be better. Okay, let me chop it a little bit finer. I don't really care about how it looks. I just try to make it even so they will all fry the same way. All right, so now I have a mess here. Any questions before we starting to fry? All right, so what is your favorite Israeli food? Let's see. No, meantime, you're just waving. Ask me something. Challenge me. All right. So I have here bowls. I will put it inside. I have here cutter. I will always mess in the kitchen. So I'm doing my best to keep everything in order. All right. Also, a great way to check if your knife is sharp enough is to cut a tomato. By the way, fun fact about tomatoes. In Hebrew, we call it agvaniya. Most Israelis don't know that, but this is like the new Hebrew, right? The words that was invented in the end of 19th century. And the meaning of that is kind of like passion fruit. La'agov is to make love. So the tomato is the Israeli passion fruit. All right. So I'm gonna put it here. Adding it to my tomatoes. And last thing that I have is garlic. Also put it aside. Okay, also when you're cutting the tomatoes, make sure you want all the juice that comes from the tomato. This juice will give us more flavors and will help us to combine everything together. Okay, so I will move it here and I will start to fry. So I'm moving you, okay? Stay here. All about hummus. Oh yes. Falafel, of course. What else you like? So we'll see. Maybe we'll do also falafel cooking class. You want it? Oh wait. So I have here a pan. Hope you can see it well. Let's see. Perfect. Actually, I will start with a white pan because I want to get a nice surface of everything. And then I will move it to a smaller pan. I'll explain why later, but just for you to understand, when we'll cook the eggs inside the tomato stew, we want it to be like poached egg. We want all the sauce to cover the tomato, and we'll cover it with a cover, and then the steams will cook the eggs from above. Okay, so I don't want it to be like a little layer of tomatoes. So that's why I'm starting in a big pan, and then moving into this smaller one. Okay, have fire on, olive oil, nice amount. Okay, if you feel that the oil is getting too hot, you can put the flame down a little bit. And now I'm going according to the Moroccan way. I will put a little bit of paprika inside the oil. So I'm gonna, let's say, open the spices inside the oil. and it will also give us flavor to anything that we'll add. Not adding too much paprika. I don't really believe in putting too much spices in food, because especially when we cook with so many fresh vegetables, we don't need so much spices. Okay, we wanna feel the spices. Now, I don't know if you can see that. Here we go. Greetings from the Netherlands. Thank you. Hi. Hi, Shai. Alright. Okay. Now I'll take the heat a little bit down. Onions in. So cooking is all about smelling, but also hearing, okay? I want to hear onions parting in my pan. You see that? How all the paprika is really dye the onions. Great. Give it a second. And I will also add the red peppers. Like every time that we fry, we will always start with the harder vegetables, because it takes for them more time. And what we're doing now, we are caramelizing the onions and the pepper. As more will caramelize it, the flavors will be stronger, okay? And this actually, cooking is all about understanding those elements. Okay. One more thing that I can't cook without is thyme. Thyme, by the way, is one of the herbs of za'atar. Always give a lot of flavor. I'm not rushing with the onion, with the garlic, because I know it takes a little time, so I don't want it to get burned. I can also add this with the tomatoes. I wish you could smell it. So tell me, what is your favorite thing that you like to cook at home? Now it's crazy days. Great, that looks awesome. I will give it another few seconds, a minute or two. So I'm looking for kind of to soften everything. So I will do something, a trick. I will add a little bit of water. It will help the onion and the pepper to get softer. Don't put too much. Okay, just make it softer. Okay. I have a minute to check what you're writing to me. Chicken. Ooh, how are you making your chicken? You know how to say chicken in Hebrew? Off. Great. Another fun fact about tomatoes is that it's full with umami. Did you ever heard about umami? So the most, let's say, umami is the fifth flavor. It's hard to explain what it is, because it's like explaining salty. What is salty? I don't know, it's salty. So umami is what gives like the flavors to get deep. Okay, I'm adding now the garlic. And we have umami, for example, in Parmesan. We have umami also in tomatoes. And to develop the umami, we need to give it a little bit time to cook. Alright. As you can see, I'm giving it few minutes, few nice time, give it time, be patient. Roni. Okay. It's not easy to cook and then check what you're writing. Thank you for all your love. That's amazing. I really missed you guys, everyone there that I know from before, and I hope to meet everyone that I don't know that is watching me now soon enough when the borders will be open again. Alright, now it's the time to add our tomatoes. That makes me so happy. Alright. We have here the tomatoes. Oopsie. Now every tomato is different. Some of them have more water, some less. So now we see that I can have a little bit more water in it. So I will add a little bit water. The water again helps everything to unite together. But I also don't want to put too much water because there's still water in the tomato. Now I'll show you a trick. When I want something to cook fast, but I don't want to lose too much water, and I want it to like unite all the flavors to unite, I'm making a cartouche, which is in French. So I'm folding the pepper like this. Okay, I will cover this. I don't want to lose water for now. Okay, cut it to, fold it to two, and then to two again. Okay, now you see this side. So I'm folding it this side, like this, and then again into the same side. And then again. 3 times. Now I'm taking the side to check how big I want it to be, and I see that this is my size, so I will do that, and voila. So when we are doing that, we're making sure that all will form together. And now I'll give it a few seconds, few minutes, let's say. So we'll cook together. I will cover it for a few minutes too from this side. Hi, now we have a few minutes together, only us. So let's talk about other Israeli food that we know. So we said the shakshuka coming from the Moroccan kitchen or South African. As you know, in the 50s we had huge immigration from South Africa, from other Arab countries, and a lot of the food that we call today Israeli is actually Eastern Jewish food. And like couscous, for example, is also Moroccan food that became really popular in the Israeli kitchen. It doesn't matter if you're Russian or you're origin from Russia, like my parents. My mom, from my childhood, made shakshuka. Not this way, by the way. She had a different way. Other things that you mentioned that you like falafel, for example. Falafel It's something that here in the Middle East it's pretty popular. In Egypt, by the way, they're making it from fava beans, and it was invented in Egypt. So it's actually the original way to make falafel is from fava beans and not chickpeas. And also falafel became a big deal here in Israel, and also hummus. And hummus is more Middle Eastern, Lebanese food. Many of the local Arabs also eating hummus and falafel. There's interesting way how is like in the Israeli kitchen how it's been developed. As you know, when you go into a falafel place and you want pita with falafel, they will usually put a hummus inside and falafel and the salad and the spicy and everything. This way to eat falafel is very Israeli, because if you'll go to in a regular Arab restaurant, you'll see it separately. So one of the things that we can say about Israeli food is not only what the dishes are, it's also how you eat it. All right, look at that. Already good, much better. So now I will just push it down, help it a little bit. Okay, what I'm smelling is the acid, this smell of acidity. So what will help? I don't like the flavors, this acid flavors. Can you say that? So I will add sugar. Don't tell anyone. The sugar will help me to cancel this acidity. And I don't have to add the salt now, but I already want to feel how I want to like fix the flavors later on, but I'm already starting with a little bit. So what we have here, we have peppers, garlic, onions. We already put some paprika in the beginning, and we already we put also some salt and sugar. I'm smooshing it again. Now I'm doing it in a very fast way, so my flame is very strong right now. Usually when I'm doing shakshuka, I give it time to sit. But this is also a great way, an easy way, and fast way to make shakshuka. See that I have here enough water. Cover it again. Give it a few more moments. Where is Marley? Marley is with his father in Yogi's, my husband's studio. My husband is a musician, so he's doing now a class of Eugene. And Marley is always barking when I'm cooking. So fat. So he's with his father now. Hopa hopa, guide the guide. Shalom shalom. All right. So things that you can put aside the shakshuka. You can make a fresh salad, cabbage, tomatoes. You can make tzatziki, just to put some cucumber and yogurt and garlic. I think the best way to eat shakshuka is just to take challah and just to go in, dip in. All right, that's the color I'm looking for. Look at that. If this not love, what is love? What love is? All right. So tell me from the participants that been before in Israel, where was your favorite food in Israel? Like in the north, in the south, Jerusalem, Tel Aviv? I will wait for you to answer. I feel like when I'm guiding, when I'm asking question, and then just reply to myself. Malawach sandwich from the market. Yes. Actually, that's like a munch food. It's so good. Malawach is a Yemenite food. Like, you can say Yemenite salty pancake. And malawach is stuffed malawach. Okay. Now this is how I like the texture. See, it's not watery. In this point, you can blend it. But I actually like it this way. So it really depends on you. Also, think that they're in Israel they're doing it in restaurants. They're just making the sauce and then it's prepared. And during the cooking, they just putting when they're serving it, they putting the sauce and the eggs inside, and that's it. So you can do that. You can prepare it. Me and Yogi, we usually eat it on Shabbat, but it's a great way to start your day, to finish your day. By the way, if you want to make it vegan, you can with corn, just fresh corn, to cut it, to blend it, and the texture of corn is really similar to eggs. It's not the same flavor. There's nothing better than eggs. I'm sorry, my vegan friends, but definitely, if you're vegan, it's worth a shot. Okay, that point, good. I'm gonna taste it. A little bit more salt. My husband is not a Ashkenazi, but he don't eat spicy. But I will add a little bit hot paprika because it's Shakshuka, and Shakshuka needs to be a little bit spicy. You can also add just chili flakes if you want to keep it more natural, or just fresh chili. Okay, it looks great. I actually don't think I need to move it to a smaller pan. Let's see, because it's pretty deep. What's going on here? As I told you before, hummus Eliyahu in Katzrin, definitely a good place to eat hummus. As I told you before, we're gonna make it like poached eggs. Okay, so we want it to stay pretty thick. You can complete me. I will learn English. You will learn cooking. Everybody will help each other better together. Okay, so we have the shakshuka. Look at this, beautiful. I'm taking out the eggs. To the side. Okay. I already put the eggs in small bowls. The reason why I did it is because I want all the eggs to go in the shakshuka together, because they're better together, and also because this is the best way to control the eggs and to make sure that they're all been cooked together in the same way. But it's important to remember that there is no pan that the heat goes evenly. So there will be always one egg that's a little bit runnier or more firmer. So it really depends also on you, how you like your eggs. Traditionally, it's supposed to be a bit runny inside, but you can leave it for a longer if you like it a bit more firm. So now watch what I'm doing. Okay, I'm gonna take, let me start here so you can see. Okay, I'm making kind of a nest for my egg. I want the bottom still to have some juice in. You know what? I'm gonna dehydrate it a little bit more. That's perfect. Sometimes it's just a few seconds. Patience. Alright. So now I'm making a nest. I want it like to boil gently. Okay. Making a nest. Making sure it has enough space to cook. And I'm putting it in. Hey, cutie pie. Okay. One is down. And 3 more to go. Okay, this pan can be for 6 eggs. And last one. Nice nest for my last egg. And now I will cover it. And now is the most critical moment of shakshuka, because we're watching it. We don't want it to be to get dry, to get too formed. So I'm gonna watch it. I'm looking to see this white cover on the egg. By the way, I forgot to add some salt. So it's important to do that. Alright, meantime I will prepare a plate. I have a plate and I have some challah. Oh, my dad Yogi, my husband, is so happy for this idea. Thank you, Shorshim, for hosting me. You're the best in the world. I hope we'll all get back to business, but soon enough. Okay, back to my shakshuka. Getting there slowly. Okay, give it a time. Okay, any questions? So what is that red sauce, Guy Elovich? Thank you for asking. This red sauce is tomato love. Okay, tomato sauce with peppers. So it has a lot of umami and flavors into it. Hi Moish. I hope so too. Yeah, we're all hoping that one day will be. After that, I can't wait for that moment. But meantime, you know, it can also be worse. Like, I'm at home cooking with you guys. What can be better. I prefer to do it in front of you, with you, in my kitchen, but you know, also my kitchen is not big enough, so it's also an opportunity to cook with more people than usual. Like many other recipes, when you're doing it time after time, you're getting more sensitive about when the heat needs to be a little bit lower, higher. You need to feel your food, but it takes time. So I hope you will train, and I hope to see your shakshukas. Okay, it's almost there. Better not to open it so many times, but I did it anyway. Can you use cherry tomatoes? Definitely you can use cherry tomatoes, sunny dry tomatoes. That also gives a lot of flavors. But obviously, I don't know, cherry tomatoes, especially now, is very expensive. To use it in shakshuka, it's an option. But I think cherry tomatoes, leave it for the salad. But yeah, definitely you can use it. Let's see if I have any other comments. Oops. Okay. Okay, you can see that it's already whitish. I'm sorry, but my way is just to check with my finger to see if the white of the egg is still not formed. It needs another, like, I think 15, maybe 20 seconds, because the pan is not even, although it's a very good pan. I'm moving it a little bit once in a while. Are you excited to see how the eggs cut? Is the flame still on while you poach the eggs? Yeah, so the flame is pretty high right now. Not because you see it needs to boil, but not to have like a carnival in the pan. Okay, gently. A little bit more. Okay, I think it's the fastest dish I did ever. Maybe because I got everything prepared. Not everything, but a lot of the things. So that's also a great tip, to prepare as much as possible before. So while you're cooking, you'll be on it. And best thing is also to put music. Next time, maybe I'll put some music on and sing to you. What do you think about that? Have you ever added something to shakshuka? Something special that you want to share with us? I'm sometimes adding mushrooms. Goji is definitely one of my favorite things to add. Eggplant. Okay, it should be fine now. Alright, it's good. Now I'm taking the heat off, and I will give it like about 30 seconds, because then now the steams are enough to cook the eggs a little bit more. So let's talk about, I have no idea. Any ideas of topics? Okay. Yes, this is exactly what I wanted. So now I will put some here in the plate. Where's this? Look at this beautiful shakshukas. Beautiful. Now I want to show you the eggs, so I will put it here. I will move you, my friends, here. And let's see. Ready? So excited. Second. Let's see. Oh my God, this is how I like it. But if you want it to be a little bit more formed, you can give it a second. So I will show you in a second the other eggs. And now, or you can just eat it straight from the pan. You take the challah, or in Hebrew challah. That's just happiness in a bite. So, while I'm eating, it's the first thing I'm eating today, by the way. I was so excited about this cooking class, like I'm starting a birthday trip. Any questions? Okay. I want to show you the other egg now. After it rested a little bit. See, it's a little bit more formed. I'm sorry, chicken, but you're so tasteful. So, delish indeed. So I will be happy to see your shakshukas. Hope we can do it again sometime. It was wonderful. Thank you for this opportunity that you gave me to cook in front of you and with you. And this is all part of this thing that we're trying to do in Shorshim, to create more ways to connect between people and cultures. And obviously I believe that there's no other better way than food to bring people together. But I think also one of the powers that we have as a community is to be there for each other and use our power also in our own communities wherever we are, and look around us. If there are anyone that needs a little bit more help, we definitely can be the person that give a little bit more to help everyone that is around us. I love you very much. And I hope to see you again. And my name again is Yaeli. You can find me on Instagram, Yaeli Dilian. And I hope to see you soon in Israel or here. and only help for everyone, for you, to your family, to your communities. And remember that we are here waiting for you and thinking of you, and stay safe. Mwah. I think that's bye. Bye, guys. Now I need to stop it. איך עוצרים? היי יוגי.